Leetcode problem 2960. Count tested devices after test operations. So let's first try to understand the problem. So there's a lot of descriptions, but I think it is much clear. So we are giving a battery percentage array, and the index is gonna be starting from 0 to n minus 1. But we're gonna perform some operations. So it's gonna be an if-else tag. So if the battery percentage I is greater than 0, so if it is more than 0, so we're gonna operate those three operations. Otherwise, we just move to the next. So for example, if we have some devices like 1, 1, 2, 2, and 3, so we're gonna tag. So if this number is more than 0, what are we gonna do? We're gonna decrease after that, so it's gonna be I plus 1 to n minus 1. So it means in this areas we're gonna minus 1. So first of all, we're gonna increase the count. So the count is gonna be 1 of tested devices, and decrease from the I plus 1 to n minus 1. So here gonna be 0, 1, 1, and 2. And then we're gonna move to the next devices. It's gonna be here. But this is a 0, we don't count it. So we're gonna move to the next, because if it is 0, we just move to the next. Now we move here. If it is 1 more than 0, so we're gonna count it as 2. But this one gonna be minus 1 gonna become 0, and this gonna become 0, and this is 1. Now we have a 0, 0, and 1. So we're gonna move our pointer. 0 we don't count it until we goes to 1. So we're gonna count it. So if it is 1, we're gonna move to the next. So it's gonna be I plus 1 to n minus 1, but there's no numbers. So we only gonna return a 3 for this testing case. But as you can see, this is O(n) squared solution. That is not the best way of solving the problem. So for example, if the length of the array is 10 to the power of 5, definitely we're gonna use an O(n) solution to solve the problem. So the idea is that we can use some greedy ideas to solve the problem. So for example, we still have 1, 2, 2, 3, and 3. We don't need to use 2 for loops to check it. Because if we do one operation, what's gonna be the next? The next is that from I plus 1 to n minus 1, in this areas it's gonna be minus 1. But we don't need to minus 1 for each of the number. We just need to check what could be the maximum number. Because so for example, currently we don't need to check minus each of the number by 1. We just need to check which number is possible. So the idea is that currently we are having this number 1, but this one gonna compare with an initial number. It's gonna be 0. So we're gonna set an initial number. It's gonna be 0. If this one is more than 0, what are we gonna do? We're gonna increase our count by 1. So this is our count by 1. Because it is more than 0. Now what we need to do? We need to know what is the next number we're gonna compare. Because currently it is 0. So for the next number, we're gonna set this 0 to 1. So our current number is 1. So for the next number, we're going to compare with this one. If it's more than 1, definitely we're going to count it. So next number is 2. So 2 is more than 1. So what are we going to do? We just count it. So our counter is going to be 2. Now we're going to update our current number. So our current number is going to be 2. Now the next number going to compare with will be 2. So we're going to move to the next. 2 equals to 2. It is okay. But if we move to 3, what's gonna happen is that 3 is more than 2, so we're gonna increase our counter. The counter gonna be 3, and our current number gonna be 3. So this means for the next we want to find a number which is bigger than 3. It's gonna be 4, but we didn't find 4. It is still 3. So we will return our final count. It's gonna be 3, and this is gonna be the greedy idea to solve the problem. Because definitely we don't need to minus 1 for each of the number. We just need to prepare one variable. It's going to be the current number. This current number is going to compare with each one of the number inside of the array. So it's going to be an O(n) solution to solve the problem. So we're gonna prepare a count number. It's gonna be starting from 0, and we also need to prepare a counter. So the count number gonna be 0, and the counter gonna also be 0 as well. Now we are going to check the numbers one by one. We just need to check the numbers. So for n inside the batteries, we're gonna compare this n. If n is more than the current, what are we gonna do? We're gonna update the count would plus equal to 1, and this number, the count and the count would plus equal to 1, and the current number, before the current number is 0, the current number would also plus equal to 1. It will update it to 1. And finally, we just need to return the count. So the idea is that we're going to use a current number to compare with each number inside the array. So if it is more than the current number, we're going to update the count by 1, and the current number will also be increased by 1. So this is just the greedy idea to solve the problem. Now let me run it. As you can see, it works. Now let me submit it. As you can see, it works and it's pretty fast. Now let me just use maybe C++ to finish the same problem. So maybe so the idea is that we're gonna define the integer as the current number gonna be 0, and the counter gonna also be 0 as well. And then we're gonna check each of the number. So for integer number inside the batteries inside the array, so we're gonna check this number. If this number n is more than if this number n is more than the current number, so we're gonna increase the count, and we're gonna increase the current number as well. So finally, we just need to return the count. So this is gonna be the C++. And thank you for watching. See you next time.